First of all, I just want to say that your comments and support from the last video are really encouraging. Thank you so much for appreciating my work and sharing it too. People like Timmy shared this with everyone they knew, so thank you for that. Anyways, on to the video. Have you ever seen baby snakes hatch out of an egg? It's slimy and disgusting, but you might be just like one of them. You might be ready to jump into the world of programming. And if you check out my last video on Python, you'll see that Python is a great place to start. This series is designed to help you get stuck into Python, whether you're completely new, or already know a bit and want a refresher. Or maybe you know how to do other programming languages and want to learn Python specifically. Whatever it is, let's go. The first thing we need to do is install Python. I mean, if you don't want to, tell me down in the comments section how you did following this tutorial. This is a bit different depending on what OS you're on, but if you're on Windows or Mac OS, go to python.org, hover over Downloads and click on Python 3. Oh, and here's a good time to interject. If you watched my other video, I said that Python 2 is still supported, but I remembered after uploading it's actually been obsolete since January the 1st, 2020, so I'm incredibly sorry about that. Stick with Python 3, it's better anyways. Just install it like you would any other program, only remember you have to check this checkbox on Windows. I mean, if you don't know how to install stuff on your own computer, you should probably learn how to do that first. Oh, and on Linux, it should probably already be installed, but install it with your package manager if not. Okay, so once it's done, you need to open Python. On Windows, open PowerShell by typing it into your Start menu and type in Python. On macOS or Linux, open the terminal and type in Python 3. Welcome to Python. Yeah, it isn't all that exciting. Let me explain what all this is. This whole thing is called the REPL. You can type in a line of code here and get a result. It lets you interactively use Python and is a great way to learn when you're starting out. It's also a great way to experiment and test out your programs. If you've ever used a command line interface like Bash, this will be a bit familiar. Here's how it works. REPL stands for read, evaluate, print, loop. Simple, right? Python reads what you just typed in, evaluates or does it, prints the result, and loops back to the start. Anyways, I'll show you an example of what the REPL can really do. Let's type in a simple maths problem. Oh, by the way, I encourage you to do everything that I do with me, because the best way to learn is by getting stuck in. So let's type in 2 plus 2. We get 4. I know, amazing. So what just happened? Well, it read 2 plus 2 and figured out that we want to add the two numbers, evaluated it by adding them together, printed the result, 4, and looped back to our 3 arrows. We can do more than just add, you know. We can multiply. What an upgrade. Let's do 4 times 2. Again, it read the input and saw that we wanted to multiply 4 and 2, evaluated it by doing just that, printing the result, and looping to those same 3 arrows. Let's make some variables too. For now, all you need to know is that variables store data. X equals 7. So here, Python reads the input, evaluates it by making a variable, x, and assigning it to 7, prints the... oh, wait a second, it didn't return anything. That's perfectly normal for commands like these, because, well, there's not really anything to print. There was only the side effect of making a variable, x. You can use this variable in expressions too, like this. Also, a quick bit of info, you can also use an underscore to print the last thing that happened. This only works in the REPL, not in actual scripts. Okay, I'm getting bored of maths. Let's do some English. Type print hello world. It prints out what we just typed. Here though, this isn't the result of print. That's not what this does. Instead, this is a side effect of the function, like with x. Make sense? Great. If it doesn't, don't worry. As time goes on and you become more experienced with the language, I'm sure you'll understand what all this means. Okay, that's enough of the REPL. How do we get out of it? Well, you have to use a keyboard shortcut. On Windows, you have to do Ctrl-Z, followed by Enter. On macOS and Linux, just do Ctrl-D. Boom, we're back. The culture of Python. So, us Python people are weird. Actually, programmers are weird in general. I hope that was obvious enough. But we like to think it's a good weird. Enter PEPs, Python Enhancement Proposals. It's basically our philosophy. The development of Python is managed through these PEPs, and it tells us what's good practice and what's not. I'll try my best to stick to the PEPs instructions, because if I teach you something that isn't good practice and against the PEPs, others will look down on you when you're helping develop programs. These PEPs themselves aren't the weird part. That's a pretty normal thing for programming languages, to have a document of good practices. What's weird? Well, it's not weird, but you can take a look for yourself. PEP 20, the Zen of Python. It's a list of 20 precepts that put down guidelines of how we as developers should write Python code. It's amazing, and you don't even have to faff around searching it up online. Just open up the REPL and type in import this. That's how you're supposed to use Python. I'm gonna try and refer to parts of it during these tutorials when relevant, just to get it stuck on your head. You're welcome. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you can tune in to my next tutorial. If you liked the video, hit the like button, otherwise click the dislike button. It's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, and another thing, I'm gonna try and give you some homework to do at the end of each video. Just a little challenge to stretch your mind. You don't have to do it, but I think you should because it's bad to be a slacker. Since this is the first tutorial and you haven't learned enough for me to give you a challenge, this time all you have to do is read the Zen of Python. Remember, it's the good weird. Have fun and see you in the next one.